with a okay, so we have started with a recording while people come in. Hello, good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Well, the other day we were celebrating the fact that we have reached part 3. We have completed parts 1, parts 2. We have done already, we have complied with the 2 assignments. Remember, please check if there is anything you need to do about the last assignment. A few people sometimes need to resubmit it. And of course, the other task is the forum, right? So we have also been working on the forum. So in this part 3, we have some of the most difficult aspects of language. In particular, we are on this occasion, we are dealing with conditionals type 3. So by the end of this session, I hope that you will have practiced and talked about teaching the third conditional. Not only practiced, but also discussed how to teach the third conditional, and hope that you have shared ways of dealing with classroom management and teaching dynamics. So we will be talking a lot about how we go about these things in class. All right. Take a look at this question, a big question we have here. What would it have been like if you had received no training and had to teach a class? Let me tell you that unfortunately in my country, there are fewer and fewer English teachers. So as English is taught, at least in this city, as from the 80s, more and more groups have no teachers. So they have been hiring people who have had no training to teach a class. So you all had training. You are all teachers, but imagine that situation. If you had received no training and if you had to teach a class, what would it have been like? What do you think? In your opinion? Yes, Habib.
Hello, everyone. How are you, Sylvia?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Hello. I think it will be a big mess. The students won't understand what I'm going to teach them, and everything will be not in order. A big mess, I think. Just a big mess.
So your classes, your lessons are not a big mess because you are a trained teacher. But if you hadn't,
because I prepare well for my classes.
Right, but
because of the training.
Exactly. If
the opposite will be happen.
If you had no training, so can you start with that phrase? If I had no training, my lessons would have been, let's see, can you start again?
Would have
I had no training.
Would have been not good, or would have been
a mess.
Not as good as I think.
Would have been not as good as I think they should be. And the learners, what would have happened to the learners?
And the learners wouldn't understand what I want to give them.
Wouldn't have understood, because this is something that will never
Yes, verb 3. Yes, sir.
Wouldn't have understood what I was teaching. Okay.
I want to teach.
Thank you, Abir. Thank you very much. Yes,
Thank you.
Ahmad. What it would have been like? What would it have been like if you had received no training and had to teach a class?
Of course, if we had no training, we didn't have taught better. Our methods will not be the correct one. Our students will suffer. Also, teachers will suffer. According to me, I observed this change when I started teaching. I suffered a lot. There is completely change from the first year. Now this is the 30th year. There is about 180% change in everything, either the methods or the experience that I had from the training experience or from the visits that I had done to my colleagues. This gave me the chance to develop my methods and to teach in the good way that is applicable to me and to the students.
Great. So let's kind of summarize. If I had no training, what would have happened in your classrooms? My lessons would have been, or my methods would have been, let's see, can you start like that? If I had no training?
If I had no training, my lessons would have entered in trouble, in a mess.
Would have been a mess. What else? You mentioned something about methods.
In addition to that, methods, if I had no training, the class, our students wouldn't have received the correct methods.
There you are. That was like a summary, right? Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you very much. Hiba, what would it have been like if you received no
Good
training?
evening, Doctor. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
If I hadn't received training, I would feel stress and lack for confidence. Also, I feel struggle or the frustrated because student will not understand what will or what would I teach.
Okay, so if I had no training, I would have felt frustrated. I would have felt frustrated, and my learners would
struggle with
would have
understanding.
struggled.
Would have struggled.
Struggled with English. Mhm.
Yes.
They would have
Yes.
struggled with English. And how would they have behaved? How would the learners have behaved?
They will frustrated, and there is a chaos in the classroom
Okay.
because a student lack for confidence and can't control the or manage the class.
So if we want to talk about the chaos, there would have been chaos in my classroom. There would have been chaos in my classroom. Very good, very good. Thank you, Hiba. Nedal, what about you? What would it have been like if you had no training?
Good evening at first.
Hello.
If I had received no training and had to teach a class, I would have feel unprepared and anxious because I wouldn't know how to teach my lesson or manage students. And the classroom would be noisy and unengaged.
Okay.
And I would be struggle to explain the material in a clear and structured way.
You would have struggled to teach because
Yes, of course.
you wouldn't have known. Yes,
Because the students will become noisy and
would have
so
become. Yes, the students
would
have
would have
become
became noisy.
become noisier. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Because the truth is that you do have training. You did get training, and so this doesn't happen. But in the hypothetical situation, you would have felt very uncomfortable, wouldn't you?
Yes, of course.
Very uncomfortable, very. Thank you, Nidal. Thank you.
The stressful, okay.
You would have felt stressed. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Or you can say it would have been a stressful situation. It would have been a stressful situation. Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Manal, what about you? What would it have been like if you had
Yes,
had no
teacher, good
training?
evening.
Hello.
Hello. Teacher, if I had received no training and had to teach a class, the experience would have been very challenging. However, the trained teacher now, I apply several strategies in my classroom, by the way, to ensure effective learning. I always plan my lesson carefully, set clear objectives, and choose activities that support different learning style. And also I use differentiation to meet my student needs, and I provide continuous feedback to help them improve. In addition, I create something also like a positive and supportive learning environment where students feel safe. By the way, it's an important point to participate, ask a question, and collaborate. Training, also training has helped me to more confident, organized, and reflective. And it enabled me also to manage my classroom effectively and engaged my student in meaningful learning. If I want to talk about my learners' behavior, their behavior should reflect responsibility and respect. In the same time, students are expected to participate actively in a class.
So if you had had no training, the learners wouldn't have participated so actively.
Yes.
You would have felt little confidence in yourself, and the lesson would have been very unsuccessful. What do you think?
Yes, I think students are expected to participate actively in class, stay focused during activities. So I feel more confident because my student is learning well.
The learners are learning well because you actually have been trained
Yes.
to teach effectively.
Yes, especially in my students follow the classroom rules and they should listen to the other, share their ideas politely. This is give me more confident teacher.
Okay, so if you had had no training, you wouldn't have felt confident, the learners wouldn't have learned, and the lesson wouldn't have been successful.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, great. We are adding more and more reasons why we need the training. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Farwa, what would it have been like if you had had no training?
If I hadn't received any training for teaching, things I think would have been difficult for both of us as a teacher and my learners. Classes also would have been a mess. We would have been struggling to achieve our goals, and somehow we would have some conflicts to approve our success. So things would have been difficult than it is, or it would be.
And you brought in the word conflict, that there would have been so many conflicts in the classroom that you wouldn't have had the possibility of solving them all because
or to avoid.
Right. So what we generally do, as Manal was saying, with our knowledge, we anticipate the conflict. We don't allow this to happen, but because we know. But
we are trained.
Because you're trained. If you don't know, you cannot anticipate, you cannot predict, you cannot plan ahead. And when things happen, they get out of control. Well, that was very, very, very interesting indeed. Thank you. Thank you very much. You all contributed with excellent ideas. What is important, remember, is that when you're talking about an impossible situation, because you are trained teachers, so it is impossible that you haven't been trained. So that belongs to another world, but we hypothesize about that, right? After learning all we have learned, well, things would have been really different hadn't we received the training we have received. So we are very thankful to our teachers, in fact, because they gave us all this knowledge, all these skills, all the support that we needed to now enjoy our lessons. Because if you are stressed, if you are not confident, if everything gets out of control, you cannot enjoy teaching. Definitely not. Great. Now, we are going to take a look at a few situations, classroom situations, and you will work in groups and you will answer the following question. What would you have done differently? Take a look at the situations and start thinking, right? Start taking down notes. What would you have done differently? Number one, learners complained about their lessons being boring. Number two, the teacher gave their students a lot of grammar exercises to do for homework. Number three, most of the students failed an exam. What could the teacher have done differently? Number four, a class was very noisy and the students were ignoring the teacher. A teacher didn't have time to correct all their learners' mistakes. A teacher had spent too much time preparing material and lessons outside the class last year. Please take a picture of these situations or a screenshot. And while you are getting ready to answer this question, what would you have done differently? I am going, oh, sorry. Oh, I touched the wrong button. Sorry, I didn't want to erase this. I'm going to prepare the rooms. You are 18 today. What a nice group. So we're going to have 6 groups. When I open the rooms, you will go. There will be coordinators there. For example, in group 1, Samah, you will be coordinating the group with Emad and Manal. In room 2, we're going to ask Rania. Rania is with Murad and Randa. In group 3, we are going to ask Hiba. Hiba is with Abir and Nabila. In group 4, I think it's Osama. Yes, and I'm going to ask Osama, who is with Hawla and Salem. Osama will be the coordinator. Group 5, I'm going to ask Zinab to be the coordinator. Zinab is with Isra and Lubaba. And in group 6, oh, there are 2. There's Nedal and Farwa. Well, choose who's going to coordinate. Oh, that was my dog. I have just opened the rooms. You have taken pictures of the situations. You will have 5 minutes to discuss what would you have done differently in these situations. So join your groups, coordinators, make sure that the time is respected and that everybody has a chance to speak. Thank you. Join the groups. Okay, so Emad, Manal, Samah, you have to join.
Can you send it again? Can you send it again, teacher?
Okay, let's see, because let me see who goes where, and then I'll see who is still missing. I think these 2 groups are okay. This group, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Manal, have you received the invitation? Have you received the invitation? Osama, have you received the invitation?
Not yet.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay. 4. Osama, have you received the invitation? Rania, where was Rania in group number 2?
I'm in group 2.
Okay, I
lose the connection.
have sent the invitation already. Let's see. So Manal, you haven't received the invitation yet? I did send it, Manal.
Yes, teacher, I am with you.
Yeah, but haven't you received the invitation to go to group 1?
No, I don't know how.
Can you see the menu below? Can you see the menu?
Yes.
Can you touch where it says
No.
the rooms, the breakout rooms, the rooms for small groups?
The room or the more, maybe more. From more, yes?
Yes, more, and there you will find,
Yes, join breakout room.
yes, that one. Can you click there?
I am in group 1 or 3, teacher.
Okay, can you click there? Can you join group 1?
Yes.
You have to accept the invitation. So please accept the invitation so that you can go. Well, little by little, people will be coming back. There's Hiba, there's Nabila. Thank you for coming. I have a question. Were you able to use the type 3, conditional sentence type 3? Because it was an impossible situation. I mean, it was a situation that may happen, but not to you, right? Probably to other people. Okay. So, or we're hypothesizing about what would you have done differently? This happened, but you like at all. Okay. So I think they're all back. Yeah. I think everybody has come back, I believe. Are we all here? Yes, we are all here. Right. So I would like to know which group can suggest an answer to number 1. What would you have done differently? The learners complained about their lessons being boring. Which group would like to answer this question?
Group 2.
Okay, group 2.
Group 5.
Yeah, then.
Okay, first we go for group 2 and then we go to group 5.
Yeah, the question which is about learners complained about their lessons were being boring.
Yeah.
Here, my colleague suggested many things. Yes, I've chosen one. For example, that as a teacher, I would have changed the location of the class. It's not necessary to be just inside the typical class. Could be in the library, could be outside in the garden or whatever. Yes, in the lab. Yeah, to change the environment. This is a kind of suggestion to make the class more effective. And some other suggested that the teacher would have done kind of games inside the class to attract the students. Yeah.
Okay, so one possibility would have been, interesting to change location, say, instead of holding it in the classroom, the library, the yard, whatever. That's a great, because it adds, it brings variety into the lesson. And the other possibility is that they could have played games and do
Played
some
games, yeah.
Wow.
Some activities, yes, that change their mood.
Yes, that definitely. Lovely ideas. Thank you very much. So that was group 1, and group 5 also wanted to answer that question. Yes, tell me, Zinab, was it?
It's me, Isra. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Okay. My colleagues suggested many things for question number 1. For example, if my student feel boring, for example, we can make activities or ice break activities. For example, to bring posters or pictures and ask them about this, or ask questions about the topic, for example, or show them a video that we will prepared before. What else? I think this.
So if they had been bored, because the activity is boring, the lesson is boring, but the learners felt bored. If the learners had been bored, you would have included more variety, you said. For example, videos.
Or play game, for example, anything, any activities or interesting activities to motivate them or to make the learner more enjoyable.
More involved. They would have been more involved if they had the opportunity to do other activities, not just the same activity again and again. That was also very interesting, and you share the same idea concept with the other group, with group 1. No, with group 2, in the sense that variety would be the answer. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Abir, what would you have done differently?
Yes, I would have played some games with them. And in this module, we learned about different activities or different games like jigsaw, running dictation, vocabulary games, and back-to-board games. That's involved games.
Sure, you would have played games, bringing in variety, as we have just mentioned. Thank you, Abir. Yes, Nedal, what did you discuss in your group?
I would to answer question number 2.
Oh, yes, let's pass on to question number 2. I like that. Yes.
Okay. I would have given a shorter and more meaningful. I would have given a shorter and more meaningful homework that focuses in grammar in use, or using grammar in context, more than just give them grammar exercise or a lot of grammar exercise.
This is a great point. This is a great point, because a lot doesn't mean that they will learn it.
Yes, okay. Oh, of course, yes.
Right? But the more meaningful the activities are, the more possible, the more chances there will be that they finally understand the concepts that you're teaching. And after understanding, well, they will incorporate it in their knowledge. Yes, I entirely agree. More meaningful, contextual activities, not just the mechanical thing again and again and again that offers no challenge, because this is the point. When you are not challenged, you just do things automatically. There is no learning. Good
yes,
point.
Of course.
Good point. Thank you, Tan. Thank you. Yes, Hiba. Which situation would you like to contribute to? Hiba, you are on mute. That's why we cannot hear you, Hiba. Okay, whenever you want, let me know. I'm going to ask Lubaba which situation. Hiba. Yes, Hiba, come on. Now you unmuted yourself. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I want to answer question number 3.
Okay.
Most of the students failed on an exam. What could the teacher have done differently?
Yeah.
The teacher could provide exam skills training to determine the point of strong or point of weak. And maybe or could do adjust teaching methodology, analyze the common errors, and reteach the challenging concept using different approach, or more providing them more examples.
Okay.
Maybe use continuous assessment, not just summative assessment. Maybe use a formative assessment, short quizzes, some exercises, and so on.
Wow. You have come up with a battery of ideas. Thank you, Hiba. But remember that this is a hypothetical situation because, in fact, the students failed the exam, but the teacher could have provided them with and all the ideas that you mentioned, right? Could have provided them with extra practice, reflection, remedial work, feedback, continuous assessment, formative assessment, right? So this would be the type 3 conditional. Thank you so much. You know that when I read this situation, it reminded me of my first years when I used to assess the way I was tested, which was in a grammatical way. But I used to teach at that time already in a communicative way. So, of course, I was teaching communicatively with meaningful situations, contextualization, whatnot. And then I gave them a very mechanical, decontextualized test, and they failed. And at that time, I said, but this is my fault. I am responsible for this failure, not my students. And since that moment, I started doing research, and now I am in a better position to understand how assessment can be done and in a better way. But at that moment, I didn't know enough. Samah, which one would you like to talk about? Which situation?
Yes, I would
just
like
a minute.
Pause.
Yes?
Yes, just I have a question about your answer, just about the function, the structure. When you ask us about this situation, we will imagine this is a hypothetical question in the past, and what we would have done also in the past, or the result in the present or in the future. Just I want to reassure the structure.
These examples belong to the past. Look, number 1, learners complained, teacher gave, students failed, the class was very noisy. So this belongs to the past.
So, yeah.
Can we change the past? No. But we can reflect. We can reflect saying, what would I have done? What should I have done differently? What could I have done differently?
In the past.
I'm always talking about something that I cannot change, because I look back, my students failed the exam, it was my fault, but I was able to reflect and change for the future. Now, if we never ask ourselves this question, what would I have done differently? I think we will never change and transform our teaching. So always looking at the past, knowing that you cannot change the past, but to learn a lesson for the future. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
That's why we use type 3, because we cannot change it. Yes, Samah?
Yes, I want to talk about case number 4.
Good.
Yes, the class was very noisy. We suggest that we would have changed our method or tools that we have used in the classroom. Maybe we would have use games, other practice, other exercises to let the students get engaged to the classroom or to the teaching.
Why do you think that the students were ignoring the teacher? What could have happened?
Maybe there is no obvious instructions, or they felt boring about the lessons, maybe.
Bored. Okay, maybe they felt bored. The activities were not challenging. They were too
Yes,
easy. Maybe they were. Sometimes the activities are too easy, or sometimes the activities are too difficult. When they are at the extremes, well, students get noisy and they want to get away. They want to escape from the situation because it's a frustrating situation for the students when they feel they cannot do it or that nothing is so very interesting. So good point. I agree with you, definitely. Thank you very much. Yes, Abir, you put up your hand.
Yes, I will speak about number 4 again.
Yeah.
I would have changed my method if the reason of they are very noisy. And if I'm not the reason for that, I would have done a discipline guidelines before my classes.
That's an excellent way of starting the year, right? That's excellent.
Yes, it's acceptable or not acceptable behavior in the class.
Exactly.
Acceptable and not acceptable behavior in class.
So I should have prepared a norm, a contract, an agreement. We should have known before, not in the middle of the year when things got out of hand. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Murad.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Could I talk about number 5?
Please.
Yeah, a teacher, they didn't have time to correct all their learners' mistakes. Here, as we discuss it with, we have discussed it with our colleagues here. Yeah, my colleague suggested that as a teacher could have shared the right answers. Yeah, because maybe there are too much mistakes or too many mistakes in the share the correct answers afterward in the students groups. To know to let the students know their mistakes. Yeah, other cases also the teacher could have give the students a rule inside the classroom to help, especially good students, as they take part in correcting the mistakes.
Great.
Yeah.
So there could have been some peer correction.
Yeah, peer correction. Yeah.
That's a good idea because it gives the teacher some extra time to work with those students who really need the teacher's help. And the mistakes. Well, the teacher could also have done like remedial work on the board, pointing out the typical mistakes and helping everybody notice their own mistakes. She could have helped them notice their own mistakes. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Did we get an answer for situation number 6? Would anybody like to do so?
Can I comment?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I want to say about peer assessment. When a student correct their errors, they will feel confident and they responsible. Feel they are responsible about their errors and can make a correction by themselves.
Of course, provided that the teacher gives them all the tools they need, the rubrics, the answers, provided everybody knows what to correct, then it is a learning opportunity. I believe it is a learning opportunity, both for the person who corrects and for the person that is corrected. I agree with you entirely. A very nice opportunity. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, Lubaba?
You asked us about point 6.
Yes.
I would have divided the material into small parts, and I would have covered all the materials before the beginning of the semester. Or I would have consulted other experienced teachers.
Sure, that is a great idea. I bet other teachers have already prepared materials for these lessons. So you could have borrowed the material as well.
Just I want to ask you a question. Number 6, really now I suffered from it. Now I suffer from it. Really the materials took a long time from me to prepare, really.
Yes.
Is it يعني not a good thing? I don't know.
I think that
But really يعني.
Yes, I think that this is something that happens to all teachers. That is why working with other teachers helps, because you can distribute the work. If you're teaching grade 2 and you meet other teachers that teach grade 2 as well with the same course book, well, maybe you can get together and you plan how to distribute the preparation, because it is hard. It is really hard work. I agree with you. Yeah. Thank you. And Abir, let's bring this to the end.
Yes, I think we should let students involved more in class and share the preparation for the class. Bring some materials or make a presentation, and it will help.
So you could have asked the learners to prepare the flashcards at home and bring them along. Remember, we talked about the flipped classroom. You could have asked them to do some research.
Make presentations.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So you are quite aware of the situations that could happen in your classrooms. You have the training you need. You have the awareness you need. You have the classroom control, the classroom management you need. So now, ideas for teaching conditionals. I'm going to show you 3. This is number 1, designing a board game. So the students would design a board game for another group to play the board game. So notice that it's not that you are taking homework, work to do at home, but you get the students to prepare the board game. Another activity is, from the module, another activity is from the module where you have, the activity there where you fold the paper. Have you ever played that game? When you pass the little paper from one to the other, and they have to complete. So you fold it. Yes, you write, and then you fold.
Make a story.
Yeah.
Like making a story.
Like making a story, but in this case, you are using the conditionals type 3. And there's another activity. Oh, again, no. It's not working. This is not. And the other one is called Paths Not Taken, where the students read about 3 different stories and write sentences in a chat about the different outcomes. What do you think these ideas actually engage our students in? Are they controlled activities? Are they semi-controlled activities? Are they free practice activities? What do you think? Does the teacher control this a lot?
It's somehow free because the students have to complete on their own.
Good point. So the board is empty, so they can provide any situation for type 3 they want. They create from scratch. Of course, in the boxes, there will be a third conditional, a sentence with third conditional, but it's, the teacher has no control on the content. And the others, the other two?
Because you choose the first part, so it would be controlled, but the other part it would be free.
Right.
So you help the, let's say, the middle achievers.
Okay.
If they can't imagine what the situation.
It's semi-controlled. No, it's not absolute, it's not free, it's not controlled, it's semi-controlled. Great. What we're going to do now, yes, I'm going to share the link here in the chat box. We're going to complete this Padlet. Each group will be in charge of a different column. There is a column here, 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 there's one here, you see, and there's one here. Each group will take some time and create activities for conditionals type 3. For example, group 1 will add, because this little thing, this plus sign, shows that you add activities that are controlled, but they are controlled oral practice activities to practice type 3 conditionals. Group 2, so this is group 1, okay? I'm going to write here, group 1. Group 2 will be in charge of inventing, of creating. Yes, you click here on the plus and you include a controlled written practice activity. Group 3 will create semi-controlled oral practice activities. So not controlled, but semi-controlled, like the ones we saw. Group 4 will be in charge of the semi-controlled written practice activities. Group 5 will be in charge of free oral practice activities. And here, group 6, like the board game, yes? Yes, you can use here board game, design a board game, include all the clues. So, let's see. Did you get the link? Let me see if I can give you the link again. Okay? No. How do I share this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want to share it. There, I'm sharing it. Okay. Okay, so I am sharing it via chat. Okay, and I'm opening the rooms. I will open the rooms and you will be working on this Padlet. Yes, you will be working on the Padlet, completing your column. Remember, Emad and Samah are in room 1, Murad, Randa, and Rania, number 2, Abir, Hiba, Nabila, group number 3, Hawla and Salem, group number 4, Isra, Zinab, number 5, Ahmad, Nedal, Tharwa, number 6. If I haven't mentioned you, then I will add you. The rooms
Teacher, me.
Yes, now I will add you because probably you were left out, but now I have invited you to join. Yes, so please.
Yes, me.
Yes, please join the rooms so that you can start working. Remember to complete the Padlet. Okay. I am sending you to the groups.
I don't receive. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, I am sending all the invitations. So
no, it disappeared, please.
It disappeared? Well, you have to catch it before it disappears. Come on, get it before it disappears. Please, Randa, Ahmad, Haula, get your invitations and go to the groups, please. Haula, Osama, please join the groups. Right. You have been working hard, haven't you? Look, we have activities. Sorry. Where is it? Here. Okay. So now we have quite a lot of activities. Oh dear. It keeps moving. This keeps moving. Oh. What happened? Well, I don't know what I've done, but I've touched the wrong button. No, I'm not going to do this.
It's okay, Miss Sylvia. It's okay.
Okay, so let me stop this and look for it. Well, people, what was the experience like? What was it like preparing the Padlet with all the information? Did you like it?
Yes, I like it.
It was good. What did you learn from this experience?
Yeah, how to design a kind of exercise that is suitable for the students.
Exactly. Depending on the level of control, yes, because some of you had to control everything, yes, and others had to think of some freer activities. Okay. Did you find it difficult to come to an agreement?
As group 2, we don't have any difficulty. At the beginning, we are hesitating. We don't know what to do. But when you show up, just you give us some hints. We got the idea. It's just, so we haven't any problem.
Can you tell me what the idea was so that I write it?
Yeah, you told us that as a group 2, yeah, here to talk about an activity or a written, yes, a complete, a controlled written practice activity.
And which one would you like to add here?
Yeah, we added as an activity here to practice using here the third conditional. Yeah, for the students need to write full statements expressing different action according to a case or an event that happened in the past. To show maybe to show their regrets, to show what they would have done or could have done or should have done. Yeah, in that case. So we suggested to give them situations happened in the past, and they need to write a full conditional sentences to show a different action.
Okay, all right. That would be activity. So that is one activity. I'm going to add another one, which could be a gap fill.
That could be a gap filled, yeah.
Where they have to, we give them, the teacher gives the verbs in brackets, and they have to, complete. Okay, so there you have it. So we have group 1. Let's see what is it that group 1 asked here. Describe a picture. Okay. Describe a picture with what situation, Samah? What would, for example, a picture of a disaster, of a fire. What would have happened if you hadn't left the stove on, right? Or on the contrary, what would have happened if you hadn't left the stove on? Yes. So a picture is very useful because they can imagine the different situation, the different results. Again, it's useful for oral activities. Well, the one we did today, yes, the one we did today with what would you have done differently with situations, that's also controlled. Okay, good. The group 3 has also included dice, cards, consequence dice, cards. This is semi-controlled because you are giving them the materials, you're giving them the role play, but you are not controlling what they are going to say. Okay? The same with, what about scaffolding activities? What activities did you think of?
You mean group 3?
4, group 4.
Yes.
Yes. What scaffolding activities can we provide them? Probably STEM sentences.
Role play.
Yes.
I'm in group 3. Can I answer?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, free oral practice using role play, debates, maybe.
Okay.
This activity.
Okay. Yes. So that if it is semi-controlled, you should provide the situations, but that's all you can control. In the case of written practice, you can give them STEM sentences. STEM sentences. So you start, but then they complete the sentences. You don't give them everything. You just give them the beginning of the sentence. And the same with free activities. The imaginary situation is a free activity. Well, probably the student A and student B, this is an information gap activity, right? You are giving them the possibility of including whatever, because probably they can provide the missing activities. So that would be really free. Okay, people, congratulations. Congratulations on your work. Amazing. You did so many different things today. First, you acted as learners using the type 3 conditionals. Then you imagined the situations in your classroom management, classroom dynamics, and you used type 3. And at the end, you created new activities to practice type 3. Congratulations. You did a great job. The Padlet is open. If you want to continue adding new ideas, go ahead. The important thing is that we know that when we're introducing some new language structure, the students need a lot of controlled practice activity, oral or written, a lot of semi-controlled oral or written activities, and finally, they need to use all the new things freely, because it is when you give them free activities, oral or written, that you can actually get the evidence you need to find out whether they have learned or not, right? So thank you so much. We have done a lot of work today. Congratulations. And we keep in touch. Make sure you complete all your work, go back to the unit, review everything, and well, we will be meeting in a week's time. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Congratulations. You did a great job. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.